If you're interested in seeing me react to any of the shows on screen right now, feel free to go to the community tab on my channel and cast your vote. As always, I got no idea where we're going. They gotta give us more. I can't pick up on everything, you know? I don't know where we're at now. Moika needs to come back into the fold. That's something we gotta do. So she's gotta come back around. We have to pinpoint why so many things are changing, or not why so many things are changing, because we know why so many things are changing. More so pinpoint the things that have actually changed and get a good grasp for it probably before we just decide that we're gonna start, you know, doing our shifts everywhere and changing the timelines and stuff. Like I think we should probably get a good basis for the one that we're presently in before we decide to start going out and making these drastic changes. We need to stop listening to people and stop taking their requests for what to do next. I'm hoping also the thing about Suzuha's dad can lead us more down the route of possibly getting some answers and possibly finding this guy and the guy that Okabe was contacting, you know, fucking leagues ago, and start talking about him or talking to him, and maybe we can uncover some stuff, or we can use him as a way to kind of help us at least. Look at all the like and subscribe to me lots of me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments about this episode of the series. It's a good going though, episode 11. Never mind, guess we're doing it again. Nope. Nope. Oh, hell of an angle though. Oh my god. That doesn't help. Uh-oh. Oh. Hold on. Do we need a certain amount of power that comes through when we're using the TV? Or am I missing that? I might be missing that. Okay. So I think I wasn't wrong then. I give it to you, bro. Yeah. Why don't you guys ever take responsibility for things? Stop bragging. We gotta get into bro's brain then. Yeah. Right, we can't physically do it because we have to alter timelines when we do it, but we can stay in the same timeline and possibly do it with the memories and stuff. That could work. I don't think we're in the final stages, no. And something bigger. It's never nothing. You like just spill it. Ah. That's too hard for me too. That part's easy to get though. It does. But the memories can be really fucking bad depending on when and how far you send back and what you're trying to do. Yeah, do you lose yours? Are you still present? Alright. But what if he sends them? Then who am I talking to? Correct. Similar to what's happening to him right about now. I want him to experience this too. This fucking bitch. Whoa. She's a lab member, yeah. She's sketchy.
何？文字通りの意味だ。記憶の時間跳躍を可能にする。
記憶の。
Ooh, I got words out of her.
母さん？萌香さん。
Are we meant to follow?
大丈夫かな？
She's never okay. That's the problem.
まだその格好なのか。
いやー、店長に一日それでいろって怒られちゃってさ。
良い子には微妙に目の毒だぞ。
毒物は持ち歩かないようにしてるけど、さっきはお父さんがひどいこと
して。
なえちゃん。
それを言うためにわざわざ。
Wow.
なんとよくできた小動物。
小動物じゃないよ。オカリンはいつもこうだよ。
The other version of him isn't though.
じゃあマユシーはそろそろ行くので。
クリスティーナに頼まれたパーツを探さねば。
マキセ・クリスはセルンに通じている。
Yeah. Well, this was one of the concerns that I had. Ooh. Maybe not right now. She doesn't know yet, so she doesn't yet, that means. As far as I'm gonna take it.
やはり書き込んでいたのはアットチャンネル。貴様が生粋のアットチャンネルだと気づいたのはずいぶん前だ。違う。今更隠したところで何の意味もない。
Stop hiding your true self.
まあいい。これからクリスティーナにはネラーの称号を正式に与える。これ以上変な呼び名を付け出すな。
Too many to keep track.
なぜだ。履歴書に堂々と書けばいいではないか。趣味アットチャンネルと学者がネラーとなればスレの一つや二つ立つだろう。
You do though.
そこまで自分を隠すのが下手な人間がスパイとは考えられんな。
Excuse me?
いや、バイト選手がクリスティーナはセルンのスパイだと言い出して。
なんなのよ、その言いがかり。
貴様は機関から送られてきたイエージェントであり、今は心を入れ替え、我が助手として働いているのだからな。
それも違う。
I've thought of that too, yes.
本当にできてしまったらどうなるんだろうって。
Shit's gonna get bad.
それより
なんだ。
話しておくべきね。どうせこっちも半分はバレてるみたいだし。
アーカンソーで雷に打たれ、クリスティーナの父がダークサイドに落ちたという。
茶化すならもう話さない。憎まれてる。しかも娘じゃなく科学者としてライバル。
Right, that's what I expected.
私の父は物理学者。私は父と議論ができるのが楽しかった。
To a point that you started going on the opposite end of him.
議論を深めて。でも
Your beliefs were entirely off.
いつしか父は私の相手をしなくなった。議論を楽しんでいる間に私は論破していたの。
Right.
父の誤りを指摘し、父のプライドを知らずに傷つけている。
Okay.
私は哀れんでいるのか、蔑んでいるのか。
That's just the way that he sees it. From his perspective, I get it though.
作るから、あんたが言うように、私は実験大好きだから。
You can't let that hold you
何かを見
back.
つけたら確かめずにはい。
ならばすぐにオペレーションベルダンディに取り掛かる。もたもたしている暇はない。機関はすぐそこに迫っているのだから。それと同時に和解にも行く。父親は今どこにいる？
青森だけど。
行くとなれば資金の問題に時期が決まったら早めに声をかけてくれ。
ってまさか一緒に来るつもりか？
当たり前だ。
Of course, of course.
最高の精神状態で働いてもらわねばならん。この法王院教魔が一緒に行ってその場の空気を読んだ見事な話題を提供し、親子のわだかまりを解消し。
Like, I mean, just look how he brought you in, you know?
気温でどうするのよ。
I mean, look at you, dude.
なぜ笑う？
He's got like 8 lab members now, you know? He's doing great.
たまにいいやつだから困るのよ。
It's not the first time we've heard that line, is it?
無理やりでも連れて行くからな。
Sure.
望むところだ。
Yeah.
あれ、マユリちゃん。
キセプリンと読めるではないか。森永さんちのプリンも小岩さんちのプリンも同じだろう。
へりくつを言うな。
だいたいマキセとは何者だ？
私の名前だ。
クリスティーナ・マキセか。だったら素直。
I would know, you know?
法院教魔だ。 名前ぐらい覚えろ。
あんたに言われたくない。つうかプリンの方はスルーか。帰った方がいい。
Yeah, maybe.
私は止まってもいいけど、だとしたら岡部は出てった方がいいわね。
なんだって。俺にとってラボは魂の住処。出ていくなど。
Oh, you got kicked out.
一緒に泊まる条件が買い出しに行くことになるのだ。考えてみれば昨日からずっと助手のお使いをしているような。
Yeah, it was a lot.
浮かれてなんかないわよ、バカ。何？なんでもないわ。
また助手か。
This same person again. You know too much. Oh, that's a wild shot. Oh. That's not as simple as Jello anymore. Oh. This isn't really something you can tell people, huh? Oh. Wow. It's starting to hit the panic. Shit was like a threat, dude. Of course. Yeah. Disappointed in you.
セルンの中心部とダイレクトで回線がつながってる。セルンシ
あー
ステムを掌握したというのか。まあね、キリ
Oh.
と言いたいところだけど。
してないのに繋がっているって。
Yeah,
つま
they're
り
here,
セルンの方
dude.
がこっちの動きに気づいて逆にアクセスしてきたってことじゃないの？
でもバレるようなヘマはしてないはずだし、今ならこっちから LHC だって使い放題だよ。セルン
LHC が
You gotta bring that up, dude. You gotta talk to somebody. Dude, I wouldn't go anywhere alone.
いや、なんでもない。
I got a prediction that I might be very off, but I think I came up with something that might make sense. Okay, so we are connected in a way to CERN, as in CERN is watching us and they have been on us for a while. Now, I don't understand completely the situation with Daru and what exactly he was saying, but I believe he's saying that CERN is like maybe not aware. No, they're aware. I was gonna say maybe not aware that he's like into the system, but more so like they have a direct connection to them somehow, and somebody messaging Okabe and being like, I'm watching you and whatever, right? For whatever reason, they have a direct connection. Now, my prediction here is we get told that Kurisu's a certain spy, right? So if we want to believe that, whether that's present day or whether that's future, I don't even care which one it is, but we're going to believe that she is. Whether she's aware of this also or not doesn't really matter, in my opinion. And I say that because if it's a future thing, she's not aware of it probably presently. And if it's a present thing, she's probably also not aware of it. And if she is aware of it, she's not aware of the intentions that they probably have to use her. Because I don't think they're using her specifically for information. I think they're using her to allow us to get our guard down in certain ways or situations. I think that's more so what she is. Okay, anyways, we get this picture. We get sent to us telling us that we know too much. And then they send us this picture. It looks like a doll, right? The doll's got, it looks like orange hair, but it could be lighting. It could be angle and stuff. I'm going to call it red hair. I'm just going to say that. Okay, Kurisu-like hair. It has Kurisu-like eyes, exactly like her eyes, actually. And the thing's like all bleeding and its head is decapitated and stuff regarding that, right? What is the possibility here that Kurisu, since the beginning in the first episode, has been set up specifically through CERN, and then now we're looping back around almost here, and we're being shown they have intentions to kind of get get rid of her and do away with her for a possibility of, I guess, things that she could explore in the future and things that she could latch onto and really uncover. As we get told multiple times, or the entire conversation we get from her about how she kind of surpassed her dad and she was able to understand stuff, especially from a young age, and really became something special over time. I think that could be likely that they're afraid of her interference, possibly, or the things that she might be able to uncover, or the way that maybe she did uncover things and possibly outing them in some sort of way, or doing something with them that they don't want, going a direction that they don't want, and they don't feel comfortable with her around. So they're trying to get rid of her. If any of that makes sense. So that's what I think. I think her version, or them saying that she's a spy, doesn't necessarily mean that she's working with them, but more of she's like being used by them, and they're kind of following her and the things that's going on with her, as if she's like spying on the others because they can kind of keep tabs on her for whatever reason. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm probably well off, but that's how I'm feeling right now. We open up with our tactic, and we get shown here that the TVs are used for something specific. I don't know the reason exactly, as they said, but I'm assuming it's energy, and it's the electricity and just like the power in which that's kind of coming through having the TV, or any of them on for that matter. So having those has allowed access for this microwave to work. So I'm assuming we need something that's high power enough for this to kind of actually occur. Or maybe there's something built within the TV, or the way that like things are kind of connected, or I don't know the specifics of all right, but I'm assuming something along those lines is what's kind of really powering us and giving us that electricity and everything that's happening when we have so much on. I mean, we've already seen us blowing fuses and stuff by just plugging in certain things. So there's a possibility, I guess, that all of this stuff that they have connected within this house here is able to kind of really power us and give us the energy in which we need. Anyways, we figure out a whole bunch that it is needed, and we also decide as we talk about it that we can't send humans through things. It's just not going to work. We've continuously shut this idea down for a long time now. But it appears that we do have an idea that we can send things regarding memories. How that's going to work is scary, and I don't fully think I grasp it, but I think for the most part it kind of makes sense. It feels very much Okabe like exactly what's kind of going on with him, where he's retaining memories from things, or being sent memories in certain ways, and he can kind of remember these things, except it happens within the exact same timeline in a way. There's no shift involved like his are kind of doing. The big thing I'm weirded out by, or not sure of how we're going to do this, is there an opportunity or a chance where this is something that like the future isn't set, or it is set already, if that makes sense? Like the events of what's going to occur in the future are already set, to the point that we can have people completing what we're attempting to do right now, say CERN, for example, and they're able to send memories back to the present version of this timeline. Like, can we play around with it like that, or are we capped at exactly where we are? So anything that happens after this point just branches and creates like one of the new realities in a way. Because if it's already set almost in a way, that means that everything that's occurring right now within this version is stuff that is possibly being like leaked down from people through the future and stuff along those lines. Reasons why Suzuha is the way she is, or concerned the way she is about certain things, and being on edge around Kurisu and whatever the case might be. I think that could definitely make sense. But if not, I mean, we don't understand her situation well enough yet. And I feel like that I could get behind it. I think the conversation here is really interesting too with Mayuri, because she's not very smart, like science-wise, right, with the whole situation here, but emotionally she can kind of understand and connect to people and get some stuff out of them, and really relate to the situations and how that's going to affect her or possibly others. And I think that's really, really cool, the way she approaches this entire conversation with Okabe about exactly how like this is going to make it sad for her, because he's going to be missing the memories in which that they kind of share in a way, if this whole thing ends up working out, or possibly things where he retains the memories but she doesn't, and just having like this one-sided connection in a way, and then having to maybe relay all that stuff back to this exact same person when they're not going to be able to remember it, or whatever the case might be. It's a unfortunate thing. We meet Moyaka again. She is very out of it when memories are brought up, which makes perfect sense because of all the pictures and things that she does and the way that she kind of approaches things. But once again, we don't have enough on her that I'm like confident enough to kind of make things anymore. I like this whole interaction. I think it's really sweet. It shows Okabe can kind of be a good person when time really comes. And then we get basically told about Kurisu from Suza, like his big concern here. Well, first, I guess we catch her, you know, being the hidden version of herself that she keeps trying to hide. They make for fun interactions, of course, but it also allows him to kind of feel a bit more comfortable around her and not have the feeling in which that she is a spy, and then having this nice conversation about her and her dad and exactly their relation and stuff like that. I know she does bring up at one point that the dad started taking, you know, anger and everything out on the mom. I'm praying that's more in like a verbal form rather than a physical form, because if it's a physical thing, the whole idea of us being like, oh, we're gonna reconnect you guys and get you together, like, doesn't sit well with me, because at that point it's like, fuck that guy, like, why should we even be worried about doing that? But whatever. Regardless, I think the way he approached this entire conversation, and his declaration almost of like kind of trying to get on her good side really, and act like we're doing good things like for her and stuff, and then sneak in at the end like, oh, we're gonna get you back together, you down, and I'm coming, and you know, just the way he declared it I think is really cool. But it's also interesting because we do get to see the vulnerable side of her that we don't really see usually, specifically when she's around him. This moment got me fucking scared right here. That one moment early in the season where they handed off the bag when Mayuri did to Okabe, and we saw that like weird flash for a frame, like, is still in the back of my mind at this whole time. And the moment I saw us on like a bridge again like this with like the sunset, or just like the way that the sky looks here, I really thought that we were going to end up meeting with him, or we were going to hand it to somebody else. And the moment we did that, we were going to see another one, and I was going to go crazy if that happened. Mayuri's working more on cosplay stuff and whatever else it is that they want to do. We're able to kick Okabe out of the house, which is fine. We have cute interactions again between them and on everything. This is when we get the message, and we specifically get told about somebody, or about us knowing too much, and we get the picture, and Buddy gets sent into a fucking state of panic and does not know what to do. I believe that's what this entire sequence would just be like, everything's a blur at this moment, like nothing is it's almost like nothing's loaded in, right? Like you're in just like this fucking CG space almost, and it's just like these smooth areas, right? Like there's no real detail to where he is, and he's just in a panic where everything's kind of a blur, and he's just sprinting through it. Everything loses its color and its life to it, until he comes home, and then it calms him down a little bit. But just hearing this noise and not seeing anybody sends him into a state of panic. We catch these two rather you know, rather funny moment, I would say, for the most part, and what exactly they're doing. I mean, sure, it's uncomfortable, but his situation and the way he was, I once again can wrap my head around why he's doing what he's doing, and I don't take it as he's being like creepy or doing anything overly, you know, wrong in that situation. What are you supposed to do? Suspect that there's somebody in there, or that there could be like somebody that's lurking in your place or something, and you're just supposed to knock and wait for them to come out or something, or be, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna barge in there. So I don't disagree with his decisions and the way that he kind of approached that. I also like how they can immediately tell like something's wrong with them and trying to get onto that. And then we get Daru talking about what exactly happened and how CERN's been basically on us. They know where we're at, or they know what we're doing. And then Okabe, his decisions to hide what exactly is happening, hide it from Mayuri, and then go over here and still continuously not tell anybody about these messages and stuff that he's getting, is taxing. One, I don't understand the reason for not doing it and not using all the brain power you can. Is it just to try and not involve others more than maybe they already are, and not get them more concerned about the bad things that could be coming out of this? I don't know. But I do worry for him an incredible amount. He's, once again, as I've said for many episodes now, I felt like we're going to get to a point where he just kind of breaks, like, and has no clue where he's at. And I think we're getting to that completely here, and he's actually starting to break down because he doesn't know what the fuck to do, and he's in constant panic and worry about what to do next, and who's watching him, and where, you know, you can go, and what you can do. And it's just a big concern, especially because he knows so much, and he's taking on that huge responsibility of not really telling anybody about these lines. Like, he's not really telling Kurisu about like her dying, and he's not telling anybody about the messages that he's getting, or the things that he knows, or how every single timeline is kind of formed and been. It's very taxing for him to kind of do that, and it leaves me very concerned for him as a person and where that's going to go. Just going crazy. Starting to get there. I'm getting nervous. There's still plenty of things I want answered, or not even answered, but just give a little bit more context to certain things, and certain things I feel like that haven't been touched on enough, that have been brought up at random points, but not anymore, such as like Moika bringing up FB and just a group of other things that have been like slightly hinted towards, but not really dived into too much. So I'm trying to keep all that, you know, on the head and keep it fresh so that when it comes, I can actually feel like I grasp what exactly is happening. Once again, though, another fantastic one. If you like it all, hit the like and subscribe to mean a lot to me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Have any comments with this episode or series? Feel free to also vote in that poll that I mentioned at the beginning. Be back for 12 very soon. You guys have a good one, though. Peace.